What's up, True Team? I appreciate all of y'all that have been pulling up nightly for the Nazaya Harris case review with Kimbella, Roxy, and Miss Me with that BS. Y'all know I come do my one too, but I let the ladies hold it down because they have been doing a great job. Now, I want to break this down to y'all and give y'all my reaction because I told y'all I will be giving y'all my point of view onto certain details of the case. Y'all know when it comes to kids and these type of cases for content, it's just not for me because I am very one-sided with it. And I explained that on the first night of the live. However, I told y'all because y'all did want my point of view of it that I was going to break it down for y'all in video form. So let's get into it.
We have Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth. So in this portion of the live, Kimbella Roxy and Miss Me with that BS, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to both ladies' YouTube channels. They're growing their platforms and they're doing a great job at it. They listened to the audio, and I believe this is the only interview that Nazaya Harris' father did, okay, before he ultimately passed away. Now, this is what I will tell you. My point of view is this. The story didn't align to me all the way. But at this point, will we really know what happened? Now, I will say my 1-2 is ultimately he didn't want his wife to find out that he been out there creeping and cheating and made a baby. So yeah, he is gonna give up his rights and not tell his wife. That way, his perfect, and I'm saying perfect, but his situation at home wouldn't lose a beat, and his wife would never know nothing different. Now, my question I want to ask you guys is, why at this point speak out about it? If you was not actively in the child's life, ultimately, I will feel, to me, in my own opinion, you don't have that connection to the child. Police come and ask you some questions, cool. But make public that you are the father, would you do that? Let me know in the comments. Let's get into the clip.
All right, y'all. So let's jump right into it. Hear what he gotta say. He's a sad ass case, but we gonna hear what he gotta say.
Oh no, turn that off. Turn that off.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Look at him.
That's crazy.
So look, man, I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have him call in, y'all. Let me just end this and text him and have him call in.
Oh, okay. So that's what happened.
Let me disconnect this.
Oh, he probably ain't want to be on video.
Give me one
camera,
second, y'all. I'm just gonna have him call in the phone line because we'll be all here. Y'all, I'm doing all of this technical shit. 31372. We ain't gonna do the video chat because you're having too much technical difficulties with that.
But he is having technical difficulties.
You heard me?
Hey, I'm his wife, 11. How you doing?
So we're gonna have the father call in, man. We was trying to get him video chatted in, but we having some technical issues. His phone was not audio.
All right.
1 second. All right, can you hear me? Okay, something is, bro.
He on an Android.
Can you hear me?
He was on an Android.
Yeah.
All right. So we couldn't get you on the video chat, man. I really wanted to
hit the like button on the way in,
talk
please.
Face to face with you digitally, man, and had this conversation with you. But just first off, man, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm just, I'm frustrated hurt, confused, just everything, and just trying to stay alive. That's about it. Trying to stay alive.
Dig it.
He must have was
Now,
sick
when
right
you
there.
spoke to me last night, you said that you had like no idea about what was going on in regards to the situation. So what did you know or what didn't you know as far as what's going on?
So, like I got a really, really bad heart. Operates at 5%. So I was in a hospital when the police contacted me. And so it took me by surprise. So they asked if they could give the grandmother the number. I'm like, yeah, because, we had lost contact. So they gave her the number. So I continued talking to the police. Everything.
Don't start, because he
Like
over here
she
lying
said,
already.
Right. And
everything
Kimberly, I
that
just was
the
going to
woman
ask you to pause it, but
it's
I was
been
like,
like
let me chill.
You seen that?
I was just about to say, yo, pause. First of all, now I'm sorry. I'm not going to get it on the father too bad, but I'm going to be talking about facts. I'm only going to respond to what he's saying, nothing else. You said you lost contact, sir. You didn't tell your people that she was even born. So what contact are we speaking about?
Talk about it.
Come on, what contact are we speaking about? And officers, I know you don't want to leave no rock unturned, but how you call somebody that don't even know? Go ahead, let's proceed.
In a common way, like, she's a straight A student. She sent me pictures of, like
pause,
like young pictures, like to where.
Pause. How he know?
Right. How do he know?
I'm sick already. We ain't even 15 minutes in, y'all. How you know? Because the grandmother sent him some paper or old report card? Was you able to see that yourself? Did you take it out of her hand?
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna try to chill.
He just started talking 60 seconds and lying.
In my mind, I'm like, okay, my baby's still okay,
The baby?
So
yeah, baby.
With Naziah and Naziah's mom, just briefly, okay, we had made an agreement when she was born that the grandmother would take care of her. Now, the grandmother needed full rights to be able to provide full care, So we both signed over our rights to the grandmother. I put my cell phone child support. Now, once you did that, I put my cell phone child support. I would still go over their birthdays, taking clothes, everything. When I had this procedure done to my heart, I didn't have a phone for a while because I was in hospital. They put a defibrillator pacemaker in. I had to go to rehab to work, so I lost contact. When I got out of there, they had moved, so I couldn't get in contact with them. Now, forward 3 or 4, maybe 5 years later to now, however much time that was, now my daughter's missing. And that's when the police came down.
Okay.
So that's briefly.
Okay. Now, I want to say, without, I don't mean no disrespect by it, but without getting into too much your business, your personal business, I guess as deep as you want to go, why was it that you felt like you needed to give your rights up to her as opposed to raising her yourself if you knew that the mother was in whatever condition that she was in where she couldn't take care of her? Why didn't
Talk about it.
All right. So, I made a decision, for one, without my wife knowing. See, I'm married, so I made a decision without my wife knowing, and her name is Chantel. Tail knew my position where I was in because we had worked together.
Did he just say his wife name?
We had told the grandmother.
We say her name Chantel.
Did he just? You know what, y'all? I'm over for the night. I'm logging off.
No, this is too much.
Did he tell this woman, you don't tell her that you got a baby, but you give her name to the world? Yo, that's crazy. Oh, wow. Wow. That That is so disheartening and careless to me. Oh my God. You don't tell me you have a full human out here, but you give the internet my name?
Talk about it.
That's
Hey,
serious.
y'all. Let me see who pulling up.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank you for pulling up.
Shadrach.
You know me up in the spot. What's up, lady? Thank you
Lady.
for coming back.
Right now, we listening to Naziah, so-called sperm donor, because he wasn't a father, but he's claiming all of these things. Y'all just sit back and listen, because he just started talking and he been lying. Just listen.
They're talking crazy.
You know,
Ain't even been on 20.
situation. So, and I know people are gonna go
You gotta
ham or
take it
whatever,
slow.
but I tried to be as responsible as my mind at that time could take. And you know, I didn't run. I ain't, you know, everybody want to say something. Go get them other guys that ain't taking care of this and ain't taking care of that.
You ran, sir. Nobody knew she
So,
was
you know,
yours. That's
it was
running.
only because
Kept her a secret.
at that
Oh
time,
my
in
God.
my mind, I was trying to protect my wife's feelings without her even knowing.
So when you say you
And
made a
so,
decision without your wife knowing, the decision was to give up custody of your daughter, or was it what was the decision?
to sign the rights over so the grandmother can do full, so she'll be able to provide anything that she needed as far as funding, state, whatever she might need.
So you made that
You know,
decision
and
without your wife.
Chantel,
So do you feel like had you told your
without
wife
my
the
wife.
situation, she would have what? Maybe convinced you to take her, or convinced you to do what
You
you
know
did?
what? Now, when all this happened just now, I even apologized to my wife because I took away my wife's ability to, you know, have her own feelings for the situation, and I knew that, and you know, I had to have that conversation again with my wife. Now,
Why did he hide his daughter from the wife? I just don't understand. Why he just ain't tell the wife, I'm going to give my daughter to her grandmother, because I feel as though that's best for whatever reason. Why was it a secret?
What's her name again? The wife?
He said Chantel.
Chantel, this is Miss Me with that BS. If you out there, could you please come up on this platform? Because I need to know what really happened. What did you feel when you finally found out that he has a daughter? That daughter is missing and has been violated since the age of 12. We want to see, because guess what? I'm not saying he didn't do wrong. He did 100% wrong. But if you decided to be that type of woman to bring that child in the household, possibly she would still be here. Let's move on.
Oh, no, that's right.
had I not done what I done, you know, I know for sure this situation wouldn't have happened.
Don't start that crying.
And it's tearing me apart because she would have had the two homes to go to and
Right.
and a lot of stuff. But you know, my background growing up, it you know, it wasn't. I mean, I think it's still, you got to understand, everybody don't make right decisions. Everybody just hear the story. Oh, he should have done this. I'm pretty sure you should have done some things too. Now, I'm just being upfront and truthful about what happened at that time. That's all I'm doing.
Right.
You know, and I want to, if somebody want to ask, fine.
He's deceased, Lord. He no longer, he's not alive.
I don't want to get away from me putting the information out here that I do know.
Okay, right.
You know, for the main reason we're here.
Yeah, most definitely.
But
I mean, that was.
I do think people deserve a background. Like, where's this guy being? Or what's,
Yeah,
you know?
and that's what I was. You know, that's what I wanted to ask you. Who are you? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people it seem to be forming an opinion. You know, not knowing whatever the situation may be. So I was just trying to give you a platform to speak your piece and say what you had to say as far as how you felt about the situation. And as well as about what you know, as far as going on, as far as I guess the you know, I guess the conditions of the family that she was living in, and you know all of that. So I mean, what beyond what I just asked you, would you like people to know about the situation, whether it be like I said about the family or you or What do you want the people to
know?
know?
I mean, I would take any questions if somebody want to ask, but as far as if we are moving forward to the grandmother of Naziah, I'm gonna move right forward.
Okay,
so,
now before we do that though, I do see one question that I want to address. Now somebody asked, so did you cheat on your wife? Okay, and conceive Naziah?
Yeah, obviously, yep. Yep.
So you had a baby on her. That's why
that is what it would be.
Mm.
Yeah, that is what it would be.
So you
that
did that to basically protect her from knowing about her and gave her up to the grandmother. So at what point did she find out about
so what's done in the dark gonna come to the light?
So for one, when you put yourself on child support, they come out. I didn't know that. So they came out, and I came home from work one day and I had to have a conversation with my wife. And what had happened had been done already. And that's how my wife found out, and I had to deal with it. And
pause it, Kimbella. Pause it.
I had to deal with it.
Do we have anybody from Detroit in the chat? Because now what I want to know is, so, because that's not in every state. So he put himself on child support. Child support comes out to his home. Now, from what I'm gathering, he put himself on child support as Naziah was an infant. So again, that meant that the wife knew for a long time.
Why was child support coming out? Because he didn't make no payment?
No, they come out when you open a case, according to what he said. It's not like that in every state. Right. I didn't even know they did that.
Me either.
It's all paperwork. And the petitioner goes to court in the person that they suing. I didn't know they go to your house outside of being served.
Right.
Wow. So if we gonna see if it's a timeline, if he did this when she was born, that means the wife knew about her for 13 years. And I'm not saying the wife should have took care of her, because that isn't the wife's responsibility. All I'm saying is by him being a liar, and maybe if he was upfront, of course, number one, he gives the wife the choice to remain. And if she remains, then I guess they all raise Naziah together.
Oh yeah, Shaw Drake. She said, I think child support started off paper when her grandmom adopted her. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
They might have been coming to get him because he wasn't making no payment.
Right, because just because he put himself on child support don't mean he was up to par on the child support. Those records are public. I'm gonna need to find that out, see what his payment history was.
But also, Miss Me, when they miss a payment and they marry, don't they go after the wife too?
If it's considered to be a communal state. I do not know if Detroit is.
She knew about that baby. I think she knew about that baby. Let's see what else he's talking about.
Let's see what else he's lying about. Go ahead, play.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that was in the back of my mind, as I was
shout out to 7 Mile too,
from some of the family of Lady, I guess that's her name. That's what y'all call her or whatnot. Her history.
I call it Chantel.
Okay, Chantel.
I call it Taylor.
See if you can turn it up just a little bit, Kimbella.
I couldn't remember.
I think it's all the way up.
Okay.
Like what was she like when you were with her? If you could give us a window into that.
We worked together. We did homes, and she was really good at painting, drywall, and things like that. So I don't know if I was arguing at home or and I used to drink heavily, smoke weed and drink all day back then, and was probably led to some of my conditions. So intoxicated, she was like a real cool person, like to work with, and I guess, under influence, one thing led to another, and the situation had happened. But Chantel was dibbling, dabbling, With drugs back then, I believe it was like coke. I think it was cocaine. You know, she didn't do no pipes. I think it was just cocaine. But
did you ever use it with her?
Move was that?
You ever used it with her?
Oh,
No, blame it on the weed.
No,
Right.
no, I ain't that even that type of cat.
Oh, you're not that type of cat.
And
you cheat and
Chantel
leave your child out there. That's the type of cat you want.
So, you know, it was kind of almost like a party lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what it was. Now, you know, as far as when I talk to the grandmother, this situation has gotten a lot worse. You know, now, Chantel had a son before Naziah. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, I think, and you know what? From the podcast, I don't know if I heard right, but Chantel might even be adopted to her mother. I don't even know. You know, now these are things that I did not know. I just did not know.
What?
You know.
So what are you trying to say that? Because
I don't understand. Adopted to her mother. I'm not understanding. Annette is her mother.
Is she?
But that's the grandmother.
But did Annette adopt her mother? Is this an operation? Is this woman just fostering these kids for the money?
How can she foster her own child? She gave birth to Annette.
We know that, or that's what we just going with, because she said that's my daughter.
Oh, so you're saying that she got her from somewhere else?
That's what he's saying. He said she might be.
That's what I mean. That's what he. I guess that's what he's. Okay, I'm at the party.
He said for all he knows, her mom.
I done bought Kool-Aid and crab legs. I'm at the party.
Yep. So we don't know, because they said it's bigger than Naziah. So he's saying he don't know.
I see what you're saying. It's no proof that that's her biological child. I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other two kids, they like, cause they said they all ran away when they were younger. You know, so this is what I'm saying. All this stuff, I didn't even know. There was no communication or relationship like that. You know, people make mistakes. People do things and they make mistakes, and you go on with your life. You know, and at that time, you do damage, and you have to learn and you grow, and you just have to keep going through life. And you know, that's basically, you know, and that's
none of them got remorse.
I hear.
One thing was on my mind to ask you before you get into your comments about the grandmother or whatnot. Like, so since you cheated on your wife and had Nevaeh,
the man ain't low, but he
kept that secret from her to protect her. Once you find out, she didn't say bring the baby home. Like, what was that? That was never.
That's what I asked.
As far as you,
after
she found out.
Yep, it was always a conversation. It was always a conversation. That was one of the main reasons I was taking bikes, clothes, whatever that baby wanted over there. And that's, you know,
whatever that baby wanted.
There because I was having conversations about
bikes and clothes, but yet she had to ask a 42-year-old man for sanitary
to get, you know, to still be in the baby's life.
Okay,
you know,
be involved.
When you make a decision, you just can't just automatically change it. Like, no, right. Yeah, you just don't do that. So you show you could be there, and you show you could be responsible, and that's what I was doing. I was showing I could be responsible. I kept up my child support.
Who said you were going?
Still going.
We ride or die for Naziah out here. This shit is crazy.
And that's what it is. My wife is a very supportive person, you know, and it's nothing that it was nothing on her. And none of this is on my wife at all. She's a beautiful, supporting person. And
well, if she was that supportive, you should have told her.
You know.
Y'all could have saved this little girl.
Okay, so, you know, I guess with that being said, you can go forward with, you know, whatever the details is you want to share about the family or the grandmother, the situation.
I think he's sick of him.
Whole view.
He's full of it.
Right now.
Okay. So it's like when I was in the hospital and she was queuing me in on everything, she was telling me like the baby never ran away. This has never happened before, and she was seen running with some kids. So, we're going to find her and we're going to bring her
Pause
home.
for a minute, Kimbella.
And,
I want to make sure that
now
you
my family
are taking note. Do y'all realize he's not saying her name? That hits hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
This little girl is missing. At this time, they don't know she's deceased, and you are not saying her name.
No, he said I used to take that baby, clothes and.
That's very prevalent because you don't even know her, so I don't think that there was an emotional bond for you to have a pet name for her, like most parents may have for their children, because the family said they call her Tuda, the grandmother called her gorgeous, glamorous. But you're saying that baby, the baby, this baby. You won't even say her name. That says a lot about you, sir.
Sure do. Sure do.
He's asking like, well, are they going to do a police conference? And I'm like, well, Mama said they were going to do a police conference. They're trying to schedule. It's going to be on this day. Now, mind you, this is like around.
But he calls a woman he don't know mama. Y'all listening?
When we was having these conversations, and I'm like, okay, so it was just kept on like, we were going to do this. We're going to do this. She even said Chantel came down from Ohio to help pass out flyers. And when she had gotten there, I said, we were talking. I said, well, how's Tail doing? She said she's not doing too good about it. And I said, oh, okay. And I left it at that, because, I know what type of state Telly be in. So I left it at that. But she was helping look for, as far as I know, they was passing out flyers looking. So as time goes, it's just a whole bunch of, like, I would call Mama, and I didn't want to bother her, but she was always be like, I'm tired, and yeah, maybe, and she's always like she seemed like the perfect grandmother. Well, now I used to go over there, the house was immaculate, she was always working, trying to do something. The baby was happy, cooking, things like that. It was never and she's a God-fearing woman. So, it was always like a good vibe. So I respected her with a good vibe. You know what I'm saying? So, if she told me something, I really believed it. I would have never thought it would be so much shady stuff coming from her direction, And then it's they got twins. She has twins, they used to live with her.
What they got to do with what we talking about?
So now,
Miss Me, I don't know why he going left with it, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. What do this have to do with the situation?
She had twins. So what? She had custody of this. Oh my God. I done got mad and hot.
Oh.
I got mad.
Oh,
I guess one of them I don't know. I just know that's the part of the family that I don't.
So basically, you said all of that to say that the picture was painted perfectly in your eyes, and it looked like nothing was going wrong, or nothing was ever wrong in the situation.
Ever wrong.
And when this particular situation came about, they're telling you that this is something that never happened, and they weren't worried about it as if shit. They was expecting her to come back home anytime soon.
Right. No, correct. Now I want to say this. Now at this time they were dealing with DPS, that's the Detroit school system police, right? So she had even explained that to me. So eventually when I got out, I didn't want to keep talking to her, but I wanted more information, so I got out of the hospital. I wasn't even supposed to be walking. I'm on a medicine that keeps my heart pumping. I wasn't even supposed to be walking. I got nurses calling me because they was concerned because the police And well, I'm out there, me, my wife passing out flyers, my sister, my son, my nephew, we out here passing out flyers. You know, and I would stop over at mom's house and try to get, you know, direction of where I should go, what's going on. And she would just come out. She said, oh, yeah, we out passing them out earlier. And this and that. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to do this. We out there day and night. But every time we went, they were in the house. And then the twins, like, I know them. They never came out the house. So
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to pass it.
Over there. Or I was having a conversation with the grandmother. She said, I don't know why everybody want to ask where, like, Chantel got an older son. I think he's around 70, 18 now. They want to talk to him. I don't know why the police want to talk to him. He ain't got nothing to do with it. You see what I'm saying? It's just her attitudes started changing.
Okay, so now
I'm lost.
Right, basically you said.
So I guess he's talking about the brother that I showed the other day.
Flags about
he's older.
So Chantel is Naziah's mom name or his fiance or wife?
The mother of, his wife is Wait a minute, that do make sense.
See what I'm saying? I'm lost. He said, yeah, tell her, you know, Chantel he said he got a son and talking about something. He don't got nothing to do with it. Who's she talking about?
Hold on. This is crazy. Who? So I guess that's
I did see somebody in the chat. That's the baby mom name he keeps dropping. So I guess that's Naziah's mom, Chantel.
Okay, thank you, y'all. Thank you. Because he got us all over the place. I ain't even got my seatbelt on.
Certain situations, and you probe them and ask them about it, and they act suspiciously, I guess, to say, for lack of a better way to explain it.
Right. Now, when we were trying, I said, Mama, and after a while, I'm like, Mama, we done put these flyers up. All the kids that we talking to, they're saying they know her, but they ain't seen her in 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm like, well, that's about when the thing happened. It ain't nobody seeing her, but Mama telling me they seeing her running up and down the street. You know, and I'm trying to keep calm. Now, after we go through, and I'm going to jump right back, you know, DPS and the Detroit Police Department, they do have a certain procedure and protocol on how they do things. If it's a runaway, I think they treat the situation different than a missing person. I don't know. Now that all this came out, I think she was reported as a runaway. You know, and I think that was set up like that. I really do. I really do think it was set up like a runaway for time purposes.
For time purposes.
I'm simply saying that because I asked Grandma, I said, now look, Ma, you know,
time
I just want to ask
purposes,
a few more
meaning
questions.
that's the reason why she didn't report her until 24 hours before she actually ran away.
Now we was talking.
Oh, because if she's listed, hold on. So what are you trying to say? If she was listed as a runaway, it gives them more time for them to go into action with looking for her. Instead of saying we think something happened to her and this might be bigger than a runaway, then they will go into action before 24 hours.
Again, I don't know Detroit. If somebody knows, I would think runaway, missing, it's a minor.
That's the thing for me.
Runaways, y'all know, end up being trafficked. Like
they only do that with adults. Wait 48 hours.
Right. And they barely do it then nowadays. They barely, depending on the situation, they may not wait.
They didn't tell them it was no urgency in this matter. They waited till the next day.
Somebody, if anybody, hold on. I'm in Michigan. If any person applies for assistance, a child support case is open to pay for this assistance.
If the grandma was getting food stamps.
That's like most states. If a person go and ask for food stamps, Medicare, or whatever, where the father at? Oh, he over there on 96 and 3rd. Okay, so we're going to go over there and talk to him. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. That's most states. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. BJ said, not a mom name. They call her Lady, but her name not Chantel. It's another name. So who's Chantel?
It's saying right here that her name's Chantel. I just Googled it.
Naziah's mom name is Chantel?
Yeah, not saying that that's correct, but that's what they saying. I don't know. We just gonna call her Naziah mom.
Naziah mom, right? She was active then.
Oh yeah,
when all this was going
she
down.
even went to the summer school classes and everything. So
Sure
they
did.
had said that I pulled up. Well, a guy was at the school in a pickup truck, and Naziah
hold on, pause. I know
What he say?
The principal has.
I know this man is not going to mention Joe. You know what, y'all? I might have to.
What did he say? Did he say somebody picked her up? No, wait. No, this too much. It's too much for me.
This man is about to talk about Jarvis in this truck.
Did he say he picked her up in the bike pickup truck? Hold on, let me go back.
Run it back. Yeah, run it back.
Guy was. So they had said that I pulled up. Well, a guy was at the school in a pickup truck, and Naziah had went out there to the pickup truck, and the principal had supposedly went out there and said, "Who are you talking to at this? Who was that?" Naziah turned around and said, "This is my dad." So the lady was like, "Yo, there's when she started walking towards."
You know what he's saying? You know what my favorite line is, Kimbella? Nigga, what?
Nigga, what?
What? Oh my God.
He said Naziah went to the truck.
You want to curse him out like, yo, when these cameras stop rolling, I'm coming over there, my God.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
So he didn't think to get out and go see who was picking her up?
Even if this was hearsay, hey, my God, I'm going to need you to stay away from my daughter's school, or I'm coming up here. And didn't I just say this the first night we were talking about it? Parents need to be vocal with folks, because there's people out preying on children that do not have support. People look at that.
Yeah, that's an easy target.
That's no different than you walking outside and see $100 bill on the floor. You're going to do a left and a right real quick. If you don't see nobody, what you going to do? Pick the money up.
Exactly.
Like, it's the same concept. It's the same concept.
They said the guy pulled off. So the Naziah came back in. So I said, well, Mom, you know, I didn't know where y'all lived at. She was like, yeah, because we moved. I said, well, ain't nobody called me. She was like, well, we tried to call, the number didn't go through. I said, Mama, I was in the hospital so long, I don't even know where that phone was. I said, you know, so, and if anything, what happened, I will call you. She was like, I know, you're very respectful. So I'm not thinking of the conversation. So we still talking. I said, well, what did she say? She said she asked her, who was that? She said, she looked at her and said, that's my daddy, Anna. And she was like, that is not your dad. And this, that. So I think she said she started crying or whatever. And she said, we'll deal with this later. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, take his glasses off. This shit.
Not going back real quick. Now, mind, I told you when we got out, we was passing out.
Blue, you know I'm calm.
I would go over there and ask her what area should I go in. She was like, well, go down there to Chatsworth.
No, look at the man's face.
So I guess the back of the school sits on Chatsworth. I said, well, Mom, why would I go down there on Chatsworth? She was like, because that's when Naziah walked through the field and met with that guy at the truck.
Oh,
so she walked through the back of the school.
So he telling us that grandma knew. The grandma knew.
I can't do it, y'all. I got to go. I ain't gonna be
able what he
said. I ain't gonna be able to hold this pressure. Are you serious? Are we really listening to this? And this man is now deceased. And oh my God, this is crazy.
This is crazy. Yes.
So once again, this reinforces nobody cared for her. For real.
Nobody cared about her. The grandmom said,
I would have been in the cut when she came out to get, hey, where you go? What you doing here? With my back.
Like, what's your name? Who are you coming to, pulling up at my daughter's school?
I don't care what your name is. I'm gonna use the bat, and then I'm gonna ask you what you doing here. Because first of all, you shouldn't be meeting no young girl in no cut. That's number one. Even if you are related to her, y'all need to be back there. If you
Right,
got
what
the
the
right
hell
people
going
around
on?
her and you're a respectful family member, you ask the person to put your name on that paper at the school and you go in the car line and pick the child up.
Yep.
Simple. Simple. That's it. And if the grandmother knew and you don't tell the authorities or the school, because they did say it was police officers in that school, hey, I got this man coming to, talk to my granddaughter. Could y'all look out? Because I don't think something is right.
So, True Teen, in my unwanted opinion, I just feel like at this point, everybody in that child's life, meaning Isaiah Harris, failed her, even her father. Because paying child support, getting updates after you chose to give up your rights, ain't it? Somebody wrote in the comments under the video, well, if you gave up your rights, you don't have to pay child support. I did a little research and reached out to my peoples in Michigan. And to my understanding, you will still be responsible for child support. But what y'all failed to realize and what the father said, he put himself on child support. So again, do we know if he was paying? How much was he paying? We don't know. But ultimately, I just feel everybody failed her because don't come to my rescue now that something happened to me. You didn't want to save me before. Maybe if he would have stepped up and like, you know what? The mother ain't together. I'm going to be a man, own my responsibility. I'm going to take this child home to my wife and pray that she accepts me and my child. And if she don't, then she won't be my wife anymore. That's my unwanted opinion. At the end of the day, my husband has a child before me. But when her mom died, it wasn't a question as to where the child was going. She coming with us. Now, if a child came after me as a woman, I couldn't deal with that. I'll bow out. But I would never push my husband to not take care of his child, despite my feelings that it came from adultery. That's just me, though. That's my unwanted opinion. Y'all tell me your unwanted opinions in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast.
This is the weakest, give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl, Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina.